welcome to This Week in Geek. It is, I'm at home. You'd think I'd know what the date is, being
September 26th.
September 26th, 2016. I'm Rob Southgate. With me is
Donald Trump. No, wait, no, this is a Lil Kanitsa.
You are kind of orange-ish.
Orange Jesus.
Yeah, and
orange is the new black, I guess, right?
Yeah. Oh, and who's with you?
The other guy, Chris.
In the same room.
In the same room, yes.
Wait, we are? Where are you?
Say what?
He's hiding in your couch like Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's not the Who Pooed the Bed episode either. It's the one where they came out at Christmas. Okay. There's like nothing this week. There's like nothing.
There's a couple of things, but not much.
So. All right. Who's got something?
All right. Well, we talked about Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. You know what? I looked at the poster.
I thought Edward left the show. I just want to make that statement.
I looked at the poster. The poster's not bad. I mean, it's not great.
Bad.
But you know what?
Bill Hader, not a bad choice to be in it. I mean, he did voice BB-8.
We could be surprised and actually really enjoy this. But if you're going by the source material is nothing. It's almost more fun to just watch one of the old episodes just to see the goofy costumes and everything. You go, yeah, I'm glad I only watched 5 minutes. But we may be really surprised. This may end up being really cool. I don't know.
If they don't treat it too seriously, I think it could be cool. If they don't try to make it this huge thing, I think it has a chance.
I think they're not even a huge thing. I think they need to follow the Marvel formula. Where you have action, you have it a little serious. I mean, Iron Man had its serious tones.
Oh, of course.
But you got to have fun with it, and you've got to be honest and true to what the material is. If you want, I mean, they did. There was the fan film, the dark fan film with James Vanderbeek and what's her face from Battlestar. I can't remember her name now.
I don't remember. It's
Trish Helfiger.
No, the blonde Starbuck.
I can't think of her name off the top of my head.
I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, we're all drawing blanks. But I mean, taking a gritty tone actually worked. But again, it depends.
It worked for a 15-minute piece. Do you want to watch a whole movie of that?
Well,
I don't know.
Hey, we watched Deadpool off of that little trailer they dropped.
True, and I was real skeptical.
Where he dropped into the car. So
yeah, I was skeptical, and I ended up loving that. So that's why I've got a kernel of hope, but I'm not a big fan anyway. I don't really care. I'm more old school. I'd rather see him do something really sweet with Ultraman.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's because that's your generation,
right? Right.
Katie Sackhoff, right?
Katie Sackhoff. You are correct.
Sorry, I cannot remember that.
People who grew up in the '90s, who are '90s kids, Power Rangers is their Ultraman,
right?
You are more in the 70s, early 80s, so you fall into that Ultraman. I watch both.
Ooh, Ultraman.
Yeah.
That's old school Channel 44 right there, folks.
I used to watch it late night on 50. They used to have...
Ultraman was great.
But I watched him with the silver costume. He was all silver, not with the silver and red.
Oh, that's later.
That's sacrilege.
That's later, though. The original one, it was definitely silver and red, the one that we used to watch. Mm-hmm. And that also came on right after or before Speed Racer. And it was after Speed Racer.
Space Giants.
Oh, my God. I forgot about Space Giants. I loved that one, too. Did you ever see that, Alil?
I don't think I've seen that. No.
Dude, that was a great show.
Oh, it was so
great show.
It was so great. That's one lost to time. I wonder if we can get the rights. Ooh. Let's get the rights. Alil, you've got a credit card. Let's get the rights.
Do you have a company credit card?
I don't think it was maxed out, so I'm sorry. No, I do have a corporate credit card.
You bought some Hot Toys? See? Did you buy some Hot Toys this weekend or not telling Jeff?
Right.
No, I'm joking.
So, no, I can't bet.
No, I'm not, but I'm joking.
Card.
Yeah.
So,
in case she hears this.
Yeah. So, in
what?
Case.
It'll really be the full force slap in the face, won't it? And you didn't even raise $1,000. Damn.
Right.
No.
So we're all kind of still saying it might be all right. The poster was fine. It's not great, but it's not crappy. It kind of reminds me of that poster from remember the one from Pacific Rim where you saw the size of the robot and then you saw the little guy on the shoulder?
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of that. Kind of reminded me of that.
Is this one where they're standing, or which one's this?
They're sitting on the Zords.
Okay, right.
And it looks kind of cool. It's
good.
Are we going to care when it comes out? That's kind of what I'm wondering.
See, here's the thing. I never was a Power Rangers fan ever because I'm older, a little bit older than you guys. It just didn't appeal to me. So I have no real appeal or
me either.
I have no aspirations for the movie. So it might surprise me and I might like it.
Yeah, because we don't. There's the other thing, though. We're not coming in with the baggage of what it was, so we may watch it and go, "Hey, this was a fun action movie. Lots of fun, weird stuff going on." Because we don't really care, we don't really know. So that might be a perspective too. Whereas Steve from League of Geeks is coming in with, "This is what I remember from my childhood," and that might negatively impact it. Who knows?
No, see, that's the thing. It's going to positively impact it because
it was so terrible. No matter how bad this is.
Well, because everybody, see, the people who are making these movies, just like the people who are making the Marvel movies, who are making even the Zack Snyder's and the DC movies, all these movies, these people, I mean, even how bad like the original Ghost Rider and Daredevil movies were, it's coming from a generation of fans who grew up with the source material. So the people,
which is why I don't mind either of those as much as the hate that they get. Just like the Fantastic Four movies, it's like I know they're not good, but that's coming from, I never got to see that stuff before, so I was kind of happy about it.
Well, the hate that the newest Fantastic Four deserves.
No, that one doesn't count. That one deserves, man. That's garbage.
I mean, Tim Story's version, yes, but he was trying to make it true to the comic, okay? And
yes,
people lose that. I don't want like crazy loose fitting costumes on people walking around and Bryan Cranston sitting there with like a Muppet head on. We're not going to get that, though. Like, that's the thing. They're going to...
Wait a minute. I might like that.
I do think they're going to take care of the property.
Although...
The problem is, you know, if they get people who write it who can actually tell a story. And that's where this movie will either... You know, the fans will love it, or it'll be a movie that kind of falls to the wayside. Because the fans will love it either way, but will it be a movie that brings in a new audience? You know, will it be a movie that you know, who's on the fence, who I didn't grow. I watched the first season, I think, and I stopped. I mean, I've seen it, I know what it is, you know, and I know a big audience right now are kids. I mean, my son watches the show. It's on Nickelodeon now. He watches
still a juggernaut. It's
still going, and there's still lots of toys,
and it's still garbage.
But that's okay because it's all stuff. It's spliced in stuff from Japan. I mean, they have the American actors, they've got the Japanese action, and they splice it together.
You know, and that's the other part of this. If it depends on who they're actually targeting with this, and we don't know. If they're actually targeting that younger demographic that watches the show, that watched it back then but is watching it now, and you go, okay, they're kind of aiming for that like 10-year-old demographic, we may hate the movie, but it may be a huge hit because of that. Just like Chipmunks or Smurfs.
Oh, God.
But you know what? They're awful, but they're not geared to us.
The first ones. I mean, after the sequels really fell off hard, like box office wise and everything wise.
Right, but the first ones on both did great.
And it was us, you know. So I'll throw out Steve, you know, from League of Geeks. So he watched it as a kid. He'll probably, you know, he knows it was trash watching it now, but he'll introduce his children to it because it was something he loved. And he'll take them all to go see it. And if it is halfway decent, like if it's Ninja Turtles-esque, it'll do well. Yeah. And it'll garner a franchise because they've got a whole new cast of characters. They're bringing in Cranston to play, you know, a floating head. Hader's a voice. Elizabeth
Banks.
I mean, she's the villain, but I mean, she's not garnering $20 million Will Smith type checks. So it's not like they're spending a lot of money in the cast here. It's going to be some decent special effects. You could probably make this movie for a good $80 million, and you'll make your money back worldwide because you know what? It has a worldwide name.
And like we said, it's still really a big property with younger people. Even though it seems inconceivable to me that it's still around like that. Like, my nephew loves Power Rangers. And I don't get it. But all right.
And welcome to the Power Rangers cast.
Yeah, the Power Rangers cast.
We've talked about that a lot tonight.
Yeah, that's the worst.
They're saying that the budget for this is $150 million.
Well, there you go.
Hey, I want to shift gears for a second. I want to go into the League of Geeks toy box for a second. I know it smells in here, Chris. I'm sorry. Did you guys see? Oh man, Alil, you really got to air this out. Did you guys see the Doctor Strange hot toy?
Of course.
Did you see this, Chris?
No. Good?
Wow. Like, I mean, those hot toys are
Chris,
all
you can
amazing.
strip them down and do Sherlock.
I could. That I'm in.
But here's why I'm so blown away by this. The sculpt on, because it's Cumberbatch.
Oh my
it's
God, that's awesome.
That is really
Holy
something.
cow.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm knocked out like when they do Iron Man. You're like, yeah, it's sweet, but it's a lot of costume, a lot of this. This looks like a little Benedict Cumberbatch. I know that's your dream, Alil, to have a little Benedict around.
You know what though? I mean, they've really, the last 5 years since the Avengers movie, Hot Toys, the sculpting that they've done, because you look at the Chris Evans ones, the Downey Juniors. Yes, the costume part where it's a lot more Iron Man, but they've done a lot of Tony Starks. I mean,
Yeah.
it is ridiculous how many.
And they're
Robert Downey Jr. just without the costume Hot Toys there are.
Oh, and I'm sure you've got one without
amazing.
the costume.
Yeah, of course, you got to see if it matches or if it's a Ken doll.
No.
But in all seriousness, I mean, they've done an immaculate job with this stuff. I mean, they've got the Daredevil one coming out that's up for pre-order right now.
Oh, are you kidding?
How much is this going for, Alil?
The average ones, depending on the accessories, these ones where it's just the guy without like the armor, they range from $199 to $220.
Wow. And is that what Daredevil's going to be, is right in that range?
I believe Daredevil. I can look it up right now, actually, if you give me a second. But
If you look through
That's an
these
awesome-
pictures, when you get that close-up shot of his face,
You think it's him? Seriously?
I mean, it seriously looks like a photograph. That is amazing, and that does not look retouched either. I'm really amazed. And one of the things that I really, really love about this is his magic coming out of his hands. They're just little plastic discs, but if
that
you
what they
look
call
at,
it?
if you look at the shots of it coming
It's
out of his hands,
Cumberbatch
like
magic.
it looks like the comic can't come to life. I mean, it really is crazy. If you were a Doctor Strange fan, this would be the toy to end all toys. It's awesome.
The Daredevil is $229 on pre-order with estimate arrival not till next year. So
Wow.
July it'll be out, but you can a lot of what Sideshow does is you can pay it on a payment plan.
Now,
They do these payment plans like $50 a month, and then they'll charge you like
Are
the
they
final.
QVC? What the hell?
Oh, it's because it's high end. I mean, it's really. I mean, so the Daredevil is they've got interchangeable like 6 pairs of hands, there's fists, hands with the billy clubs, a pair of open hands.
And this is the Charlie Cox one.
Oh, the nunchuck one?
It's Charlie Cox. The suit looks amazing. It comes with the billy clubs, extended mode, nunchuck mode, billy clubs. It's pretty, and like you see like the blood on his chin. Charlie Cox, like, you just got it. I mean, and the costume, like, it kind of looks better than it does on the show. I mean, it's like really, really sharp.
Wow. I'm looking at it right now. That is amazing.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
I mean, this is why I love these things. I only have 3. I hope to have more. I'm waiting for Spider-Man Homecoming to come out, but I mean, and Doctor Strange is going to be $234, and you can pre-order him now as well. And again, he doesn't come out until next July. So
well, if somebody ever wants to gift us, that Daredevil is the one I want. Take that. Take that, Internet. Holy cow. Because I'm a huge Daredevil fan. The two like staples for me would be getting Daredevil stuff and getting Boba Fett. And this Daredevil is just...
Did you know did you see the Boba Fett with the Sarlacc pit hot toy?
No.
Oh my God. Yeah, that one
I still want that one, the white one, the prototype one.
Yeah, I think that's only Sideshow Collectibles has.
I never got my hands on that though. Man, that's so great.
Yeah, they had the hot toy with it had the Sarlacc pit, like it was like a base, and you could kind of pose like Boba Fett being pulled into it. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and here I am trying to get rid of all my old toys. I hate this.
Trade them all for this
I was
one.
going to say, for this one. You could trade that Death Star for this one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Amazing.
I'm looking at the Doctor Who Hot Toys. They're pretty good looking too.
Oh, shut up. There's Doctor Who too.
Yeah.
Oh.
They got Matt Smith and David Tennant, and Tennant is in the suit with the red Converse. It's pretty awesome. And Matt
Here's
Smith's
the thing that I hate about it. The first I go to look at it, the Boba Fett one, which is amazing. The site that comes up, Walmart. Hot toys at Walmart? Lame.
Well, no, it's not that they sell them. It's an online retailer. See,
So
Walmart is trying to be Amazon.
Okay.
So, you can go on Amazon and you can buy from third party.
Yeah, right. I know exactly how that works.
Everything comes through.
So Walmart
Amazon.
is trying to do that same thing?
Yeah, so they have that on there. So like if an item is sold out in stores, like the Boba Fett, you can't order through Sideshow anymore.
Okay.
Like it's sold out.
Whoa, that
decided-
Starlight Pit one might be the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Whoa. Wow.
And I mean, they have a Marty McFly one. I mean, it's awesome.
Wow.
I love Hot Toys. I just don't have the space or the money to keep up with Hot Toys.
you haven't won the lottery yet. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, there are people out there that I know that are like hot toy collectors, and they have every single hot toy. Everyone that comes out, they order. And I'm like, I don't know how you do this.
That's insane.
Are you looking at the slave girl Leia?
Oh yeah,
Jabba. Oh my God.
These Doctor Who ones are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Wow. Oh, the Guardians? Oh my God. Okay, I'm turning this off. I'm not looking at this anymore.
yeah, and you can find a lot. The Guardians ones, like Rocket and Groot, you can actually get pretty cheap.
All right. I'm like, how much?
You can find. I've seen Groot for about 160, and I've seen Rocket for about 100.
That's not cheap. I am a dollar millionaire.
Okay, well, okay. when you take Groot into consideration of size, he's about 18 to 20 inches.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean,
That's
like
value.
you look at it, yeah, it's well.
They've got a Tom Baker.
Is it Hot Toy or is it Sideshow Collectible?
I think it said Hot Toy. Well, I typed in Doctor Who.
There's some big cheap studios. There's some Sideshow, and there's some.
Yeah, because I don't think Hot Toys, the legitimate
These
Hot Toys, has that license yet.
These are pretty stunning, though.
Well, because they got a Capaldi one too that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? If you want to see some crazy detail work, pull up the Hot Toys Predator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's still one. There's like an Elder Predator left, but
they've got a Capaldi playing the guitar. And
Nice.
Big Chief. That's awesome.
Yeah. Whoa, that Predator is incredible. Whoa.
Welcome to this week in toys.
Yeah. You know what?
Hey,
This toy box smells, but
correct.
I'm happy to be in here for a few minutes.
Woo.
hey,
Holy
I
cow!
love the smell.
know.
Go ahead.
Oh,
It's great.
is there a Terminator one?
Yes, I believe there is a Terminator. Hold on, let me double check before I speak out. Yes, and
There
a
has to be.
RoboCop too. I've seen the RoboCop in hand.
Does it have the SUX 2000?
Yes.
Oh my
it does.
God, this is really good.
No, but the Terminator, they have some really nice ones. They have, and with like a lot of the battle damage versions and stuff, and they have like full endoskeleton.
Yeah, this Predator is amazing to look
The
at.
Predator is crazy.
Wow.
Does it have the Jesse the Body? The
I ain't got time.
he got time to bleed.
I ain't got time to buy these toys.
One of these looks like Tommy Lee Jones, one of the Terminators. It's kind of funny. It does. Totally looks like Tommy Lee Jones.
Now, I would get a Tommy Lee Jones from
Men in Black.
no, the one with Harrison Ford, Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
We're gonna run
I
out
don't
this
care.
perimeter.
I don't care.
What you should get, Rob?
We've got a fugitive here.
You
Huh?
should get the Hot Toys life size figures. They have a life size Boba Fett. He's going for about $9,000.
I should get that. First of all, I can't afford it. Second of all, I would be divorced.
Well, you just put Boba Fett in the corner of your room. And you just
Nobody
staring
puts
at his
Boba in the
lights.
corner alone.
Nobody puts Boba in the corner. They have a Men in Black Hot Toys. That's great with Will and Tommy Lee.
Yeah, you get a life size Yoda. He's only $3,000.
I have a
Yoda-
feeling we have a new
Yoda's way
t-shirt
better.
coming out too. All right, we got to shift gears again because otherwise we're going to fall into this. Oh my gosh, that Boba Fett's amazing!
I told you. That's
I
why
told you
said.
it's great.
Wow. But you know what else is amazing? And this is going to sound so lame. The I don't know who did this. I'm trying to look it up. The 1-to-1 scale Boba Fett of him from the original Star Wars toys. The
Kenner.
Kenner.
Yeah, they have Kenner like figures. You could buy they have Boba, Vader, and a Stormtrooper, and they are to scale, like about 6 feet tall, and
It's
are
about
like
$3,000.
Kenner figures. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, I'm out of these toys. I'm not looking anymore. I want to get back to the show. That was dangerous.
Your wife's like, "Hey, so the garage is empty. Why is there a truck pulling to the back with these giant boxes?"
Wait a minute, you went from all those little Star Wars figures to how many life-size figures do we have now? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you get a full-size Han and Carbonite.
Yeah, one. Oh.
But it's Boba Fett.
Oh my gosh.
Can't you just have Alfie come over to your house every day?
Yes.
Probably be cheaper.
Dressed up as Boba Fett, just stand there. Shh,
Yeah.
don't talk, just stand there. But you want shh. No, don't talk.
No, have him and Deadpool do the epic rap battles. Have him do the epic rap battles with somebody. That would be great.
Okay, shifting gears. Chris, I don't know if you saw this, but Alil, you and I talked about it already. Bad Santa 2 trailer. Did you see the new one, Chris?
No. Good.
It's great.
It's so funny.
Is it the best 3 minutes of the movie?
But you know why it's so funny?
They make a fetal alcohol syndrome joke.
Yeah. It's Kathy Bates does. That's what makes it. When he's like,
it took the trailer from like, yeah, this is gonna be fun to like at the end when she said that line, and I looked and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
It's she's sitting with the kid,
She just doesn't care, does she? She just doesn't give a crap at all.
And Billy Bob Thornton's like, that's not my kid. What do you think's wrong with me? And she goes, well, I saw I could definitely see the fetal alcohol syndrome, so I figured it was yours.
Yeah, she's like, is this your scene? He's like, no. Do you think I made that kid? Oh man,
it's
good
unbelievable. Well, and she's so mean to the elf, and just like you're like, like they highlighted Kathy Bates, which was the right move because now you completely understand where his character came from.
Right?
They made
Is that
her,
his mom?
Yes.
Yeah, they made her the R-rated version of the mom from Waterboy. Like they took like that,
right? But
and then upped it.
Did they mix it with the mom from Mother?
Yeah, with her block of cheese.
The block of cheese and the Soreos.
It's
they're not Oreos, they're
man.
Soreos.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, Chris, you got to watch it. And it's not even, was it? Oh, yeah, it was definitely Red Band. I forgot.
Like I care?
Yeah, right. But they always put out a couple of versions. The one I saw was definitely the Red Band. It's so great. Well, and if you watch the Green Band and the Red Band on these Bad Santa 2 trailers, they're like completely different. Like there's very little crossover between them, which I think is interesting because typically all they do is edit out a little nudity or a little language. These are just completely different trailers. So when you say the best 3 minutes, I think they've shown us probably the best 9 minutes of the movie, but that's a heck of a lot. It's a lot more than some of these movies have going for them.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I'm excited for it. That's a classic in our house, and so far none of the trailers have disappointed. And now fetal alcohol syndrome with the kid is.
I don't want to say I'm shocked, but that does not seem like Martha's kind of movie.
Oh, are you kidding me? She loves.
I know she loves it, but it doesn't seem like. I mean, it's offensive. It's everything that she really doesn't like.
Yep, she loves this, and she loves Old School. That's another one that is like her touchstone, like the greatest thing. And then of course her number one of those, I think it's her number one is Step Brothers, which is also. I'm gonna go play Moby Dick on your drums.
Did you put his nuts say?
You know those were prosthetic. That wasn't his real.
All right, way to ruin the illusion.
Get out of here!
It.
Sorry, I was watching the making of. They actually made fake genitals,
and you're like, show it. Well, at least now you know you can get them for the back of your truck. I know you're that guy. Oh well.
That's right.
Okay, how about Dark Tower? Did you guys read this? I mean, this is something we've talked about on here a lot. They're making the movie, obviously, Idris Elba. But now it actually is happening that they're doing the TV show. Did you guys read about that?
I did see that.
I am.
Sorry, I took a bite of something. Yes, I did see that.
Really excited for that.
I'm starving.
Well, we started talking about the prosthetic thing, and he got hungry.
You had to take a bite.
Take a bite.
What do you eat?
I had to a cupcake. I had to pull out
Sausage?
I had to pull out some
Kielbasa?
kielbasa, a bratwurst.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, I want a brat right
Oh,
now.
so do I. This show is no longer about movies and TV. It's all about
Smothered in
food and
onions.
toys.
Want a greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray.
Only if you roll it around.
Dude, come on.
I know.
It's weird science. I can't believe you didn't
I
know
know
that.
it's weird science. It just was funny.
Right. Back to what I was talking about. The
Back to
TV
me.
show.
It's all about you.
The TV show is about wizards and glass. That's what they're basing it on.
Oh, good.
So I think it's a really interesting way to do this. It's filling in. They were never going to make a movie of Wizards and Glass,
No.
but a TV show that's going to work.
Are they doing? Is it Netflix or what is it?
Have you heard anything, Lil? I don't know.
I don't think anybody's picked it up yet. I mean, that's the thing. I don't
Who's not gonna
know.
pick that up?
I don't know where this is going to go.
It's going to go somewhere.
Well, I agree, but I mean, I
It's
don't know
gonna
if
be
it's
Netflix.
paid or
I
if
would-
it's going to be basic. I don't think it's Netflix. I don't think it's going to go Netflix.
You really don't. If it's not Netflix, it's like AMC.
That you
don't
know what?
think it's
I think that route. I think it'll be AMC before it goes to like HBO or something.
Yeah, my bet would be AMC. Although
It's Sony and
AMC
media
is-
rights, so who knows?
AMC is so tight with their budgets, it might go HBO. HBO spends the money on these shows, and they make them look like films. Think about Game of Thrones. They spend the money. That might,
And they have nothing holding them back to do whatever they want.
Yeah. So this might be an HBO show. That's
Yeah, because they're going to need something in a couple of years because Game of Thrones going bye-bye.
yeah. Although they have what is it? Westworld, and the buzz is great. Troy.
Yeah, but that's only 3. They need 4 shows. They
Troy,
need 4 huge shows.
Who's on our shows a lot, who does the Blacklist Exposed. He is doing a Westworld show. Let me see if I can find the name of it.
Is he addressed as Yul Brynner?
Yes. Yes, he is. But he's doing a Westworld show, and he was asking if we had one for Southgate Media, and I said no. And he's like, okay, good. Tell everybody about mine. You know what? It's going to be great. If you've ever listened to his Blacklist show, it's so much fun. So here, I'm going to see if I can find it.
Yeah, they're really good. He and Aaron are funny, and they have a really tight show.
Well, they're way in. Oh, it's called Beyond Westworld. And
Why they asked me to guest on there, I don't know, because I'm just gonna fuck it up. But
yeah, right. It's on. Wait, you mean on Blacklist?
Yeah,
Yeah, you will.
I'm doing one in a couple weeks. So.
Excellent. Well, get ready for failure. Beyond Westworld is his show. No, Chris
I
would
have
be
you as an
great on
example, so sure.
Yeah,
anything
right.
is better than that. So.
Yeah, that's right. No, you know what? That's all wrong. You are awesome as a guest, so no matter what you think, you're going to be a great time. Guaranteed. But that's Golden Spiral Media, so there you go. Check out Beyond Westworld with them. And
They
then
do
check
that.
out
They do
Chris on
remake
the
this movie
Blacklist
right.
Exposed.
Remake this movie right is fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good. They make great podcasts.
It's what we do, but we don't record it.
Right. It's what we do when we're not recording. Literally.
It should be counterculture is what it should be, but hey, what can you do?
But you know what? Then it's their show and we're just ripping off another show.
That's right.
Yeah,
Hey,
go
Lil,
ahead.
what's with your boy filming all of his cameos, or a bunch of them?
Who, Stan?
Stanley, they said that he has 4 cameos already in the he already filmed.
Well, I'll tell you what's with it.
Well, he's 93 years
Well,
old.
I know,
I
but I'm
mean,
just
like, I think they do it because, I mean, again, it's cameos, so they
You know
know
what?
they're going to put this thing in. It's not has nothing to do with the plot. They just want to film it. They want to give Stan his due and his credit. And
Oh, sure.
Here's what it is. His cameos are going to go through Infinity Wars. And at that point, they've said that's when it all kind of reboots, all changes. At that point, we don't need to have a Stan Lee cameo each time. They're figuring that's going to be the end of this chapter. And that works. Get him filmed, get him where he's healthy, where he can do them. And we know we're going to get him through those few movies. And then that's it. I'm good with that.
yeah, me too.
Anyone have anyone else they wanted to bring up here?
Well, I'm going to bring up Doctor Who news because it's been like 500 years since they've had a show. Actually, been since Christmas Day.
Yes.
But the
Wait,
new
really? It's
spin-
been almost a year?
They're not. They don't have a live. They don't have a series this year. It's not coming out till March of 2017.
Right.
But Doctor Who Class, which is their spinoff, is airing on the BBC starting October 22nd. But it's not coming to America until probably March or April of next year.
That's a mistake. Why wouldn't they put that on while the fans are anxious for their show to come back?
Well, they simulcast it, but maybe they are knowing that there's going to be a little bit of a layover again in between series, and because of the way Moffat works and everybody, that they might have it after they show Doctor Who again. So who knows? Because that's rumored to be in April, in springtime. So
are they not doing a Christmas special?
Well, they're going to do a Christmas.
Yeah, they have
special.
a Christmas special.
They
this
do
year.
it. They've already got it in the can. But they're filming the next. They're filming series 10 right now, or season 10, whichever way you want to say it.
So if you look in order, you'll have had 2 Christmas specials in a row, and then the next season.
Yeah, which is not good. But Sherlock hasn't had a new series since 2014. So what can you do? That's not coming out till 2017.
So that's interesting. I had no idea that was going on. So that's, I knew.
Yeah, but that's starting, and Peter Capaldi is supposed to be doing. Well, he's not supposed to be. He is doing a cameo in the first show. So
they also said it's going to be really dark, right?
Right. It's supposed to be like Buffy the Vampire Slayer type stuff. So there's going to be a lot of the kids' interaction. There's going to be a lot of more mature themes of these shows. It's not just. It's not Saved by the Bell. Kids running around, hey, Screech, whatever.
We're not talking that again.
We're not going to go into that.
That was great, though. You guys got that meme I sent you, right?
Yes.
Jesse Spano. Great. Good times.
Yes. Good times. That's about the only good times I remember from that show. But so it's at least they're doing something, and at least they're doing something in England or in the UK to get people some Doctor Who. Besides for the fan stuff that they put out. So
yeah,
it'll be good. And,
I agree. I'm excited for it. I just wish they were showing it, in the fall.
Yeah, because why can't they simulcast? They do it with Doctor Who. I kind of understand. I know there's a little bit of resentment from people in England because they do pay a pretty good chunk of, the production for Doctor Who, and they feel like they have a little bit more claim to it than we do here in America. Although, I'm going to contend that we make it possible for them to do all of the big budget stuff that they're doing. They're going to do what they're going to do, and that's okay.
Right. Right. All right. Well, maybe that's the bone they're throwing that way, and it keeps it going. All right. I'm all right with that.
And then going along Doctor Who news, did you see the picture that The Rock tweeted out about Jumanji 2? A cast.
Yeah, it's got Amy Pond in it.
Yeah, Amy Pond's in there, and she has a Laura Croft kind of outfit, so we're speculating all about that. So who knows? Come on, The Rock sells a lot of tickets.
Yes, I think we've talked about him on this show a few times.
Who is this again?
Say that again? Did you guys see there was the news? This is non-news, but Bob Iger came out and was talking about the future of Star Wars and the future of Marvel. Future of Marvel, he really didn't have anything new to say. He's like, yeah, we've got everything planned through 2020. No, we know they haven't planned further out than that. They just have all their game pieces in place to 2020 is what that really boils down to. And the Star Wars thing, too, they announced that there's going to be another trilogy. They just haven't announced exactly when, but we go to 2020 with that. So they've announced the two sequels to Force Awakens, the 2 standalones, and then a third standalone that happens, I think it's 2020. And then after that, it sounds like, he alluded to, another trilogy happening. So, interesting.
Well, now that they have the rights, they should have been doing this all along.
Yeah.
Because we've missed 2 trilogies. So,
yeah.
We're shy too.
Well, I don't know if I would call it a trilogy then. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it's going to be a contained story.
But they are. But
they're not going to be. This technically is not. You're bringing back the old guard. You brought back Han. It's a big story with Han. It's a continuation. Like, once they brought in the prequels, it's no longer, to me, a trilogy. I know.
Yeah, but here's why they're calling it trilogies, Olel. The first trilogy was the story of Anakin. The second trilogy was the story of Luke. The third trilogy is the story of Rey. They're all Skywalker, so it's the Skywalker story arc, But the next one will be another Skywalker, but we don't know in what capacity. That's why they're calling them trilogies, I have a feeling. So it's not going to be like the next one is going to be, the Finn storyline. No, it's it's going to be a continuation, but it's 3 more movies. I think that they're saying by the end of this trilogy, we will know what we're going to know essentially about Rey. Doesn't mean her character can't have an arc later, but that story of Rey will have been across these 3 films.
Right, because I still think, I know it's the story of Anakin, but I still think the story of Anakin leaked out into the last trilogy. That's why I never look at them as...
Yeah, but the focus
Anakin's
became
trilogy,
Luke.
Luke's trilogy.
But that's what they're doing. The focus of those first 3 was Anakin. The focus of the next 3 are Luke. The focus of these 3 are Rey.
You mean the focus wasn't Padme?
Maybe.
That's what I was watching. I apologize.
No, it's not.
No. It's not how badass Yoda is. How about that?
I wish. That was, he's going to get his standalone movie, and that's what I'm waiting for. You
think?
know that's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah,
he'll get one.
They're going to do one for him, so.
Yeah,
they're doing one for Obi-Wan, right?
None of that's been announced yet. But they'll do Obi-Wan. They'll do Yoda. They're doing Han Solo. Who else are they doing? Boba Fett.
Supposedly Boba Fett.
They do Uncle Owen. And
although I've heard the Boba Fett
Han and Boba Fett should be the same movie.
I've actually heard they are. I've heard that the script that they were basing the Han Solo one on was one that was written as a Boba Fett film. And they went, but it's actually a Han Solo story dealing with Boba Fett. Like that's the story. But what was the other one? Oh, Rogue One. We've got Rogue One and we've got the Han Solo movie. And then we don't know what the next one is.
Yeah, that's all we know.
Yeah, it could be Boba Fett. I think it very well could be like Yoda at that point. We could even start going deeper once we get further into this. We could even get characters that at this point are secondary characters and go, wow, they told the Admiral Thrawn story as a standalone film. Yeah,
that would be a good film, but...
See what I'm saying?
They're addressing that in Rebels, so...
Right. Yes. Well, they're introducing them there, and that's where it's going to start. So, that could be what we're looking at. But they did confirm till 2020 they are, here's what's going on. They're going to be at least one Star Wars movie until we're all dead. So
you can only hope. So, because there's tons. And
it's our only hope, Chris.
They're not bringing in the tomorrow. That'll be it. They're not officially bringing in any of the expanded universe unless they really like it, because Admiral Thrawn, they're bringing him in. They're going to bring in some other people that they like, and they're going to pick and choose because there's just too much good stuff out there for them to ignore it.
Well, what they've said is they made it so it's not canon, but as they introduce things that they pick and choose, they're saying those old stories aren't necessarily going to be canon.
Right, the characters
the characters, and then they're going to use elements of those stories, which they've already started doing with the Solos having their kids and stuff like that, where you're like, there's stuff bleeding in here.
In the extended universe, they have like 10
Jedi
kids,
Academy.
And this one they only have 1, right? Maybe 2.
We don't know.
Yeah,
we know of 1. So. I don't know.
This is Star Wars. They show up all the time. So
there was another article that came out this week that the CEO of Time Warner, did you guys see this one?
Oh, God, yeah.
Said that the movies for DC have room for improvement. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't he also say that they've been profitable?
Yeah, because this is what's wrong with their movies. The CEO of Time Warner, it's the suits at Time Warner that are driving these. That's why too many characters, they're not spending the money on the art part of it, and they're not honoring what should be actually looked at. It's why Marvel works and DC doesn't yet at this point. That's exactly how I feel about it.
Are you sure?
I'm not going to disagree.
What else happened this week? We've only got about 5 minutes, and then we go to our after show.
Not sports related, but a very influential man on pop culture, I would say. Arnold Palmer passed away last night.
Yeah, influential
87
on my
years old from heart complication. Sure. He pretty much not made being an athlete cool, but being like an alternative athlete, because he was a golfer. But he was a hugely successful businessman, a great philanthropist. Drank a drink named after him today.
I did. I had an Arnold Palmer this morning.
Tweeted that out. I mean, he was cool pretty much up until the day he passed.
Did you pour some out for him?
That's what my buddies asked me. No, because it tastes too good, man.
That's lemonade, right. You don't pour that out.
And a brother needs his iced tea and lemonade.
I know it's not your typical morning drink, but I stopped at the gas station to get one because I like them, and I was like, I had to do it. It's
and forever that's what it's going to be called too.
Sure.
Of course,
which is really cool, and it's true. I mean, I love those, and
ESPN did a great commercial because ESPN used to. I mean, they once in a while hit a good one, but they do some pretty funny sports commercials with big name sports celebrities. And there was one where there was like a line in their cafeteria, and a couple of the announcers were watching Arnold Palmer go up to the beverage station, and they're like, "Oh my God, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it?" And he made himself an Arnold Palmer. It was pretty awesome.
It was him with a caddy walking through the.
That's right.
The
walking through the cafeteria.
It was Scott Van Pelt and somebody else because Scott Van Pelt did golf at the time for him, and he's like, "Oh, he did it." It was good.
It was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was really good. So. And then who else? Bill Nunn, who was Radio Raheem in.
I read this.
Yeah, he had leukemia or something. He passed.
Yeah, and he was Robbie Robertson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy.
Yes, he's been in a lot of stuff.
I did not realize that's who it was this whole time.
Really?
I did not realize that was Radio Raheem because I really like that film. Do the Right Thing is an exceptional film, and I thought he was really good in that. Until you just said it, I completely see it now. I never pieced who that was, even though I really liked him in that movie. That is fantastic. I didn't know that. Thank you.
You know that movie's been out, I don't know.
You know me, stack of shit. 14
years.
What?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
But I just didn't realize that's who it was until you said it. I mean, I may have known it at some point, but
it
was completely gone. So that's pretty cool. LeBron James is developing a television series. There goes The Neighborhood. There goes the viewership. I don't care. Do you care about that?
Depends on what the series is.
Okay.
He's just cashing checks, and that's
yeah.
Hey, Lil, did you watch the Bears game last night?
Yeah, because I messed up my editing my show last night.
What was with Tecmo? What was with those Kia?
Oh, the Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl commercials were amazing.
The first two were great, but not the first 500 times you saw it.
Well, they overplayed the commercial, yes. Yeah, but that Tecmo Bowl commercial, if you are a video game fan and you remember Tecmo Bowl and Tecmo Super Bowl, the best player in those games was Bo Jackson.
Yes.
All you did was you rushed up the middle with Bo. You got 50 yards. I mean, Bo Jackson just dominated, and then Kia put him in a Kia Sportage and, drove around the field. It was pretty awesome.
I would have to watch it because I was a huge Tecmo Bowl fan.
Oh, it's great because they show the game and then he runs and then goes out in the parking lot, gets in the car and then runs back and drives back. And then they do one instead of him running over. If you remember that year, he ran over Brian Bosworth.
Yep.
I mean, literally ran him over at the goal line of Monday Night Football. He picks him up and Brian's like, "Oh, thanks for not running me over this time."
Oh, that was about it. I missed that one.
Oh, you didn't see that one? So he's driving, he's going through, and then he stops, or it's like a goal line, and he stops, and then Brian Bosworth runs in, in his Seattle white uniform with a big mohawk, and he puts on, he goes, "Thanks for picking me up." He goes, "Well, I didn't want to run you over again," and they put the glasses on, and then they drive. So it was kind of good.
So did they do the whole Bo nose thing?
No, that's Nike. They can't use that.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, Nike, he was one of the first, he made a ton of money off of them. Bo knows baseball.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
He was one of the best athletes, and he had this deterioration in his hip that caused it to basically break, and he had to have a hip replacement when he was 32 or something like that, and couldn't do it anymore. But he still played baseball on a replaced hip, which is amazing.
I'm watching the commercial as we talk here. I lose interest as soon as he runs out of the field, but that first part when he's Tecmo Bowl, that's awesome. That is awesome. Did they? Now I'm not listening to it. Did they use the soundtrack when he's driving the car?
Yes.
Oh.
But he goes out in the parking lot and he goes, play Tecmo Bowl metal version.
Yeah.
And it's
and it's great when he's driving around. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but they played it, and I'm not kidding you, 15 times in the first quarter or the first half.
Yeah.
And we were just like, can we put something else on? I mean, it was. The first time I saw it, I thought it was great. So
I've seen it once. I've already seen it enough. I thought it was really great, but I've seen it enough. All right. Do we have any more, or should we should just go to our thing now, don't you think?
We should.
Sure.
All right. And why don't you guys give social media before we split? Chris, go ahead.
Absolutely. I can be found at www.theblueboxcafe.com or at Blue Box Cafe or at Blue Box Cafe 176 on social media.
And Lil?
I can be found at the League of Geeks, which is on Twitter at LOGEEKZ. And also, I guess right now there's a hashtag going around on Facebook because somebody put they're voting for me and all my hot butter goodness for president. Hashtag #ALil2016. So
nice.
I just saw that. I was just blowing up, and I'm laughing. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Are you sure it's you?
It is me. Yes.
Is it HB Lil? It should be HB Lil 2016.
It should be. But
did you like my hashtag for the? I'm sorry.
Yes.
We'll talk about this later.
All right.
We'll talk about it on the after show. Let's give people something to look forward to. You can find this show on Twitter at SMG_TWIG. Lil just figured out what that meant. And you can also follow me at R Southgate. Find us on Facebook. Just look up This Week in Geek. Look up Southgate Media Group. There's links to all that stuff. Find us on our website. Join our email list. And check us out this weekend streaming on our YouTube channel. Look for Southgate Media Group on YouTube. You will see our podcast marathon. We have 2 going on. There's one live on YouTube, and then the other one will be live on our Facebook, on Southgate Media Group's Facebook Live feed and on Periscope. So lots of ways to find us. If you don't know how to find it, follow us on social media. It'll be there. That is it. We are out. Thanks for listening, everybody. Follow us on YouTube right after this show for the live feed after show.
Hashtag #ALil2016.
The dimes are out.